We're here tonight with the Eddie T Band. How did the band meet?
My drummer, Marty Worth, and I went to school together, and we met Rick Dawson, our guitar player. He was playing in another band in the area, and I needed to assemble a band for a contest that I had placed in. So me and Marty were probably drum rivals back in high school because I was primarily a drummer, but then I moved out front to start playing bass. And naturally, I had already known Marty for years, so me and him got together. And then I met Rick Dawson, the guitar player, through another band that he was playing in, and asked both of them if they would, help me out with a contest that I was in, because here I had placed in a contest and didn't even have a band yet. So that's how that came about.
Okay. What's the craziest thing that ever happened while you was on tour?
The craziest thing that happened? Probably one of the bands that we were playing with on tour, they flipped the whole band in a golf cart. We were doing a festival down in Detroit, and the whole band piled onto a golf cart, and they drove up the hill backstage and flipped the thing over right on its roof, and the whole band spilled out of the golf cart. So probably the backstage antics of what goes on, the way the bands, the camaraderie between the bands. Craziest thing is just some of the stuff that's been thrown on stage, the typical stuff that the women would throw at you. But we don't have much more, in the country scene, you don't have much of that. But it's in the country realm, it's more of the crazy antics that go on backstage.
Okay. Being a musician, what do you enjoy the most?
The thing I enjoy the most is, I enjoy playing and the reaction that I get from the people when we're playing. And my biggest thing is being one of the primary songwriters in the band. It's when I get comments from people that say, hey, I'm so glad you wrote that song. I'm glad you guys released that song. It really helped me out, or I really needed that, and it's just the reaction that we get from the people when we release a new song and they embrace it, and it could be just one comment from. I had a person today actually on Twitter that messaged me from Spain and said, I was listening to your track today and it was a beautiful track, and it's a beautiful morning here in Spain. And I'm like, how cool is that? When someone's waking up in another country and listening to your song first thing in the morning, and it moved them and meant something to them.
We're going to play one of your tracks now, Angel How to Fly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Mama, it's okay for you to feel the way you do. You had a way to light up a room, I know I'm missing too. So go ahead and break down anytime that you need to. You can ask anyone. That man, he sure loved you. And he's the reason that I turned out like I did. He went and made a man out of some snot-nosed little kid. He taught me how to live and love, and he taught me how to cry. Now he's in here teaching angels how to fly. afternoon with the Tigers on TV. That was my whole world, the old man and me. But don't think for a second that he's not here. And just when I need it the most, he whispers in my ear that he's the reason that I turned out like I did. And to be strong is just something you're born with. He taught me how to live and love and to always ask why. And now he's in heaven, teaching angels how to fly. Turned out like I did. Well, he went and made a man out of some foul-mouthed little kid. He taught me how to live and love, and he taught me how to die. And now he's in heaven, teaching angels how to fly.
What can you tell people about that song?
Well, that song I wrote about my father. He had gotten cancer back in 2006, I believe. And for the last 2 years of his life, he passed away in 2009. And for the last 2 years of his life, I had quit my job and stayed home and took care of him. He was home on a ventilator. And but the song, it reflects, me going back and taking care of him, and how, when you're dealing with taking care of somebody like that, when you're transporting them, when you're moving them, you get to see how nice people can be and how mean people can be and stuff like that. But it made me reflect on who the person was. Everybody's got that one person in their life that did something to change things for them, whether it be, an uncle and aunt. It doesn't have to be a son and a father, a mother, a daughter, whatever, whoever, somebody in your life who has influenced you. It could have been, a waiter who said a quote or something that just changed things for you, or whatever the case may be. And my dad was one of those real charismatic characters where he only had an 8th grade education, but he was one of the smartest guys I ever knew. And I could just see, he was one of them guys that was like, hey, you're doing that all wrong. Here, let me show you how to do that. So I could see him, when he finally got to heaven, telling the angels, now that I'm here, this is how you do it. He was just one of them type of guys, and I think the song is really related with people. I've gotten some really nice comments from people that, hey, I really needed this at this time. And, we released it during Christmas. It really resonated with people, who are missing a loved one or whatever. But I think everybody's got that one person in their life that did something or said something or taught them something or whatever to to really, make them have that aha epiphany moment, And my dad was like that all the time with me. Me and him were polar opposites, but he was my biggest fan. So.
Who would you like to collaborate with in the future?
I would love to collaborate with Justin Moore, the country singer Justin Moore. He's my favorite singer of all time. I could listen to the guy sing all day, and he writes really good songs, and just seems like everything that he sings is a hit. And if I ever had a dream collaboration, if not Justin Moore, it would have to be Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi's my hero, my mentor. I try to, especially, outside of music, I try to mold myself around what he's done with his philanthropy and stuff. So yeah, I would say between Bon Jovi and Justin Moore.
What would you say your useless talent that you have?
Useless talent?
Yeah.
Well, outside of music, I was an HVAC technician, so I got a lot of useless little things I can do, little tricks here and there. But my useless talent would probably be my plumbing skills, because I'm constantly coming up with little things here and there and rigging things up and stuff. And I'm a horrible comedian. So.
Where can people go and see your videos, music, and events?
Well, they can check us out at theeddytband.com. They can check us out at our record label, National Entertainment Weekly Records. We're on iTunes and Spotify. We are on Instagram, and you can follow our YouTube channel and our Facebook page. You can like our Facebook page, and I'm trying to go down the list, but and our music is on all the major media outlets. So yeah, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and all your digital media platforms. But the EddieTBand.com, that's our webpage, and that's pretty much got everything wrapped up with what you would want to hear, see, or find out about the Eddie T Band.
Okay. Well, thanks for being on the show tonight. I really enjoyed talking to you and meeting you.
Oh, I enjoyed meeting you too. Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.